Hello everyone, my name is Noor Abourish. I'm a second year student at Gordon College, and my entry will include my thoughts and feelings about the differences between second year methodology and first year, and it will also include the topics of my 6 reflections and my development through these reflections. So I will start by including my thoughts and feelings about the differences between second year methodology and first year. I think that second year methodology is way deeper than first year methodology. And by deeper, I mean it's way more close to the reality of teaching. And it is way more detailed. There are more details in second year methodology. Details such as benchmarks, objectives, what you really expect from the students, and everything. Basically, second year methodology focuses a lot on the language, while first year methodology is vaguer. Okay. Next, I will talk about my 6 reflections and my development through these reflections. The first reflection was using technology in the classroom. So, after the lecture about the session about using technology in the classrooms, my lecturer explained how technology became way too frontal for students, meaning using presentations was easier for the teachers and very fun, but at a certain stage, it became too frontal for the students. Students need to feel what they are learning. They need to use their bodies during lessons. Therefore, using technology in the classroom is way too dangerous when it's too frontal. And it should be designed to involve student interaction. And this is my personal conclusion after teaching lessons in which I used a lot of technology and other lessons that I didn't. I noticed that the younger the students are, the less they are interested in the technology that you as a teacher use. For example, my 3rd graders never mind the fact that I don't use technology, but my 5th graders always requested that I use the computer and bring them something that is that they can watch and they can see by using the projector. Therefore, I assume that the younger the students are, the less they care about technology. This assumption could be not that true, because some 5th graders do need to also feel what they are learning and use their bodies and use their hands and write and all the traits of lessons with no technology. Okay. The next topic, it was in one of my reflections. This is based on a personal experience, the importance of having an objective. The lesson plans that I wrote without an objective were very messy for me to apply. And I'll tell you why in a second. Because writing an objective of having the title should be the importance of having and writing an objective in the lesson plan. because it organizes the lesson for the teachers, and it helps in clarifying the goal of each activity and what to expect from the students. So I developed a lot this year in this issue, because I read some of my old lesson plans in the previous year, and they were very messy to comprehend, because you don't really understand what the teacher wants from the students. So writing an objective helps you when you look at the activity and how you're going to apply it. When you look at the objective, you understand more about the activity and what should be done and what shouldn't be done. So objectives are very important in a lesson. And so the next topic is storytelling lessons. In my storytelling lessons, I noticed that I get the same comment, and it's that I present the story more than I actually read it. For example, when I open a page and I want to read it, I ask way too many questions about the page, and I ask the students, and I even force them to answer and be interactive and interact with me in regards to the page, when I should read it first and then ask questions. This was a comment from my pedagogical advisor, that when you read a story, actually read it instead of just presenting it and talking about it way too much. So this was important. And the tools you use in the lesson are very important. For example, the practical tools, the things that you hold with your hand. For example, I made a copy of the book, and it was way too large and unorganized. So this limited and bounded my teaching. So this was something to worry about. And don't work for the students, let them participate. For example, I prepared them booklets when I should have provided them the opportunity to make their own booklets. It would have been way more important for their learning and for their understanding of the story. And provide the suitable atmosphere. It should be there is a certain criteria for what a storytelling lesson should be, and this year I was exposed to this criteria, and I knew more about it. Leading the lesson as a teacher. So this year I was beginning to feel that my mindset as a teacher is changing. I'm becoming more and more I want to own my lessons more. For example, I was interrupted once during a lesson of my own by a certain teacher, and it was not nice because my lesson hadn't ended yet, and I needed to do more activities. So I felt that my territory was being someone was entering my territory, and I needed to prove that I still lead the lesson as a teacher. So I believe that you as a teacher should lead your own lessons and have the ownership to them. So this was important. And teaching chunks. I think that teaching chunks is more important than teaching words, individual words, because chunks are really the form of words in the language, in the spoken language, and generally they reveal the true form in which the language is used, and they are better. It's better for the students to be exposed to the language as it is. Therefore, they're very important. And thank you. These were the main topics in which I developed this semester, and they are very important to talk about. Thank you.